Great Sunday morning, the last day of the second month of 2021, 228. To God be the glory. And we would have gone to the 28th chapter of Psalms, verse 7. I know this is your testimony this morning. The Lord is your strength and your shield, and our heart trusteth in him, and we are helped. Therefore, our heart greatly rejoiceth, and with our song we will praise him. I know you have melody in your heart. Remember I told you about Fanny Crosby, how the publishers would use pen names because she wrote over 10,000 hymns, and she was blind. Like I said, not from birth, but from an accident. I don't know if you know that, Timothy, is that this shyster doctor supposedly put some mustard on her eyes as a salve, and it just messed up her optic nerves, and yeah, that was it. But that didn't stop her. And she used her song. She was a great poet. She was a great speaker. In fact, I think she was the first woman to speak at a congressional hearing in the 1800s, to get schools for the blinds built in every state. So she was an advocate. So what I'm saying is, look, most of us have our vision, most of us have our hearing, most of us have the capacity to move our limbs and capabilities. What's our problem? Let's get up, let's do something for this last day of the month. So we would have gone to Deut.9, and what spoke to me was this one verse. I mean, so many, but verse 27. I always put my ancestors' names in scriptures. I just heard Governor Pritzker talk about the police reform bill, and he was over at a university, Chicago State University, Monday, and they were talking about reforms that were going to be implemented. Like, for example, no cash bail, cash only bail, no cash bail, and no chokeholds, and there's so many more. And he talked about our ancestors, how this crime bill came about because of the racism that so many of us have experienced. Well, talking about ancestors in verse 7, where it says, remember thy servants, Lord. And of course you see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I fill in the blank. Gazelle, SusieMae, Priscilla. I keep the ones with the same gender. Of course I could have put my father and grandfathers, but I put my maternal and paternal grandmothers and my mother. Remember them. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people. Whoever is stubborn around you, whoever is hard-hearted, maybe you're dealing with some family members or kids or neighbors, remember not the stubbornness of them, nor their wickedness, nor their sin. Have mercy, because the Lord wants to do great things in the last day of this month. Thou art to pass over Jordan. We're to pass over some territories this day, in verse 1, to go and to possess nations greater and mightier. We're to do greater and mightier things for the Lord. Cities that might be great and fenced up to heaven, listen, they might be tall and overwhelming, but our God is our strength and our shield. Timotheus, what spoke to you? Anything.
This is chapter 9, right?
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, it mentioned like the golden calf.
Can we hear you?
It mentioned the golden calf, and I don't want to make anything in my life some like golden calf.
Yeah.
Because that's just like irrational, worship or something like that. And it's not always going to be something like as obvious or as obviously irrational like a golden calf. Like sometimes it might be disguised as something else. So I want to be mindful.
Right, because in verse 12 it says that, and the Lord said unto me, arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought from forth out of Egypt had corrupted themselves. Golden calves, idols, anything, those elements, people, relationships, whatever comes before the Lord, it corrupts us. Corruption. It takes us away from the perfect plan that the Lord had in store for us. He has plans to prosper us, to give us an expected end, not to harm us. So when we corrupt ourselves, we put those roadblocks and stumbling blocks, and we'll never get to our destination. So it says they are quickly turned aside out of the way, the path which I have commanded them. They have made them a molten or golden calf, an image that is not glorifying me. So let's beware of those traps. We don't want any. We want to stay free. We want to have liberty and do the work of the Lord. All right. Thank you, Timotheus. Have a wonderful day worshiping in spirit and in truth and enjoying his presence.